Man, what's up, guys? Let me, as always, let me try to get all my stuff configured up real quick before we get this thing fired up. And yes, I am on time. It is 6:30, and it is Tackle Tuesday. So I have some cool things I want to share with you guys this Tuesday. Not so much tackle-wise, but a few things going on kind of in my world I'd like to let you guys know about right now. Let me get this chat all popped up. And I'm going to get this shared up on my Facebook page real quick. It's not going to be a really long live stream tonight because I do have to go into work here in a little bit and I got to get ready and all that. And I'll be honest, I didn't get a lot of sleep today. It was kind of tough. It's been hotter and it's hot outside, so... Oops, I actually forgot to put the link on my post on my Facebook page. That's kind of silly. Alright. Got that done. Let's see what else we got here. So, anyway, I don't know why we don't have very many viewers in, but that's okay. I hear you, Kevin. I'm fixing to go to work, so... I guess the second best thing is to live stream. So let me pop this chat back out. That way I don't miss any of you guys' questions or anything. So, what's up, Jason Beck? Alright, so a couple things. Here's the main reason I wanted to... yeah, this is the live show right now, Joe. So if you click the bell, it would say I've gone live. I didn't do a scheduled stream like I usually do because, man, I'll be honest, I'm a heavy sleeper, and I was afraid I wouldn't wake up, but I double set alarms because this week's really important. So, what's up, Ron? Here's the deal. A friend of mine needs your help. He's a fisherman, and he's a friend of one of my really good friends as well. So, Nathan Perl is a youth minister at my local Benton Church of Christ, which I'm not a Church of Christ person. I'm Baptist, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to get that out of the way. And but he's been a youth minister. He's 31 years old. 6 weeks ago, he was diagnosed with cancer. They found basically a tumor in his hip. He hadn't been able to walk, and he's fixing to begin treatment. So Nathan watches the Baitman videos, watches the channel, follows the Facebook page. Well, come to find out, we have a very close mutual friend from Pickwick, Tennessee, my buddy Brandon Perkins. So Nathan's originally from Counts, Tennessee, where Brandon lives, and you know, they know each other through church and everything. So Brandon Perkins, who I've known for several years and is an absolute hammer on Pickwick Lake, he's qualified for the Forest Wood Cup. I met him several years ago when he almost won the Everstart Championship out on the Tennessee River here below the dams. So long story short, Brandon has organized a huge fundraiser for Nathan on Facebook, and I'm going to put a link in the description of the video. That way, so what's going on is Brandon has got Costa sunglasses. He's got a Shimano reel, Jackal Baits package. He's got Bull Shad. He's got guided fishing trips with Jason Lambert, Braden Hunter. You can get a trip guided on Pickwick with Justin Atkins, Major League Fishing Pro, Force Wood Cup champ. So basically, he's selling raffle tickets for all this really cool stuff. All the money, 100% of it goes to Nathan and his family to help with his cancer treatments. Give them some relief from medical bills and stuff like this time. And I'll leave all those links here in the description of the video. And here's the deal: we all love baits and we all love our rods and reels and stuff like that. But you know, it's I never like hearing stories like this. You know, cancer's pretty awful. I've lost a couple friends already early in life to cancer. It really sucks. And you know, it hits somebody that's like a youth minister that's always giving out blessings to people and stuff and trying to touch someone's life. The least we can do is get involved and help out. I know not everybody has a lot of money to throw around. I'm not asking people to spend hundreds of dollars, but hey, you know what? Instead of a pack of Kytex over there, you can get with Nate. Get on Brandon's Facebook page and you can buy a raffle ticket, or you could send a donation. It doesn't matter. And you know, I think in good people do good things. And you know, I'm not trying to get on a religious trip at all here. It's more of a, you know, I would love if anything ever like that happened to one of my subscribers, and you had something going on, I'll definitely make sure we try to get you taken care of. So I'm going to talk to some people, see if we can get some more donations going. But I'll put all the links to that in the description of this video when I get done. So, all right. Anybody still here in the chat room? Good deal. What is going on my end? Trying to figure out why I got some other stuff going on here on my computer and it's really slowing me down. So I hate when that happens. So anyway, I actually got this month's mystery tackle box in the mail, and you know, it's actually pretty dang good. I'm not gonna. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right there. I'm trying to get my YouTube to pop up in my internet, and my chat just went away. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll be glad when this heat is gone. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it says 44 people live here, so it's all right. We'll get more people involved. I'm kind of glad too, because if it goes, if I get a lot of people, this chat's going by so fast I can't read everything. So, Joe Reynolds, seen some Guggen hard baits and paint jobs look just like some of the 6 cent straight. But yeah, it's because they basically use the same factory that 6 Cents is buying a lot of their stuff from, and you know, there's going to be some changes come down the road, and that's going to be for the good. That just shows you that when the Guggens talk about all the research and development, they're not really researching and developing anything. They're researching where everybody else is getting their stuff made and copying it. So, dude, it was Matt Ford. It was literally, I got on break at work last night at 10:30 at night and walked out, and it was like walking in the sauna at the gym. I was looking for that little bowl of rocks to throw some water on it. It was unreal. I don't wish heat like this on anybody. I mean, it's hard on your, even in your house with your AC. Man, here's a boycott the Guggens. Man, I'm one of those guys. I'm just not a boycott guy. You either buy it or you like. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I feel like here in America, so many people want to boycott everything. It doesn't even hold weight anymore. I mean, if something makes somebody mad, everyone wants to boycott everything. I'm just kind of like, man, if I don't like it, I don't buy it. So, you know, the thing is that some of the Guggen soft plastics are actually pretty nice. So y'all can, again, we can all keep hating on the Guggens, and they can just keep making more money than us, and laugh all the way at the bank. So I really, at this point, a bunch of older guys wanting to boycott Guggen baits really isn't hurting them too bad. So someone swearing they were Gary Hard baits. I don't know what that means. Well, Bass and Panda, they really didn't copy the Rage Tail plastics. I've kind of proved that wrong several times. In fact, they licensed the Rage Tail flange from Steve Parks, who owns Rage Tail. So, you know what? I've seen the monster bass, but I'm just going to be honest for you really quick. No, they licensed the patent, which is a little different than paid for the patent. But anyway, that's different than copying Bass and Panda. And there's that's just like Strike King licensed the Z-Man blade connection. So are we going to hate on Strike King for licensing the patent on the Thunder Cricket? No, we're not. But I want to answer Jason Beck's question. It says, I had to unsubscribe from Mystery Tackle Box. Monster Bass has been so much fun for boxes. Alright, I'm going to be honest here. This ain't a hate on anybody. Is Monster Bass really that better? I like a lot of the guys that promote Monster Bass. We're good friends, but is the box really that better? I mean, I'm looking at this stuff, and it's basically the same brand of stuff that come in Lucky Tackle Box and your Mystery Tackle Box. Is it really that much better? Or is it a lot more hype? I feel like it's more hype. The guy that's doing it basically is the guy that kind of started Lucky Tackle Box, and maybe was the marketing brains behind it. But I'm going to tell you this. So I'll open this up earlier. Here's what I got this month. First, there's a little catalog. The best part of MTB is really this Shop Carl's deal. You save so much money on baits buying from them. Not just their brands, but, look here. You join Carl's, chatterbait, $3.49 a piece. That's cheaper than Walmart. So, go through this stuff right here. Just stickers and all that, But this is pretty cool. So this is a good bait right here. And I've talked about this bait on my show. This is the Riot Baits Fuzzy Beaver. And actually, it's the small Fuzzy Beaver. This is basically a flipping creature bait. But I have used the big version of this bait before, and it's really, really good. So that's one thing I'll say in this box. I know I've got some baits that really do work. This is a great little beaver style bait, basically like a smallie beaver. Put it on the back of a little jig, fish it by itself, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, if you want to buy jackhammers, Shop Carl's is the way. I forgot how much the membership is. It's pretty cheap, but if you buy three or four jackhammers, it basically pays for itself. You can buy reels, and you get credit towards your next purchase. Like I think I saw in this Carl's catalog that it advertised if you buy a, let me see if I can find it over here. It's nice to have this right at my fingertips. A Corrado K is $179.99. You get a $36 credit toward your next purchase when you buy that. Okay, so I just bought a $170 reel, full price. I get a $36 credit. Next time I shop, I can get basically 2 free jackhammers, or I can get some line and some other stuff. So this is a cool bait. This is the Excite Raptor Tail Chunk Junior. So some people know about this, some people don't, but Excite has been around for quite a few years. And this has always been one of their most popular baits, and this is the raptor tail chunk. It's kind of like a pack of crawfish, but I've thrown these before, and they are really good on the back of a jig. I actually really like them on the back of a skipping jig because they're really flat and they skip really, really well. A lot of my guys in Illinois, Indiana, they love these baits. Excite makes really good stuff. So, yeah, heck yeah, James. These are like, they're all made in the United States, man. They used to make a really good beaver bait, and it got discontinued. Some of the best big giant worms out there. So that's 2 solid baits in here. So here's you a new big bite bait. I don't know the name of this one. It looks like a Ned bait or a drop shot worm. Looks very similar to a Missile Bait's bomb shot, if we're being honest, but I know it's not the same bait because Missile and Big Bite pour their own stuff. But that's a really good looking little drop shot worm from Big Bite Baits. Falcon rods are pretty awesome. Most of them are made in the United States. They got some that aren't. I have not tossed the Grande Bass soft plastics, but they make a bait similar to one I use. They've got these little bitty finesse swim baits, these cool baits, lures. I guess you could drop shot that or use it on a really finesse swim bait head. That might be a little too small for me. Might end up being a good crappie bait. You know, whatever. That's probably the one I'm least likely to use right there. Some Big Bite bait trick sticks. So if you guys like Cincos, they're in here. The one cool thing about this color is sexy shit. The only thing I don't like about Big Bite baits is you have to rip their package open to look at the baits in here. But this is a full pack. It's not a sample pack. I've actually been catching some fish on a Cinco type bait lately, so definitely like those. This swim bait's way too small for an A-rig. I mean, it's like 1.5 inches. Just say no to the A-rig anyway. It doesn't make you a better fisherman. The difference between MTB and monster bass is monster bass sends lures for your region. Yeah, I guess. Are we really paying a premium just to have some random person say these are the best? The problem is I see the regions unboxing and they're really not tailored that different. But I get it. I see what they're doing. I like the idea if they can get it really specific. I would love to do my 6 cents bait in my inbox even more specific. But what's cool about 6 cents? So this is what kind of bothered me. The Monster Bass advertises we're the first box to tailor specifically to the customer. 6 cents has been doing that with their Super 6 box for a year now, or maybe close to a year. I would say at least since January or when that came out. Billy, that is a negative. I kind of found that out through the grapevine, but 6 cents. They tailor their box. If you do the Super 6 box, you can have it tailored to yourself. So they've been doing that for a long time. But I get what they're doing. But what I'm saying is the products any different than you're going to get in anything else? And I don't know. This is not a negative or a bash. Maybe somebody at Monster Bass will reach out to me and say, well, here's what we're going to do. Because I look at all the brands and they're the same as everything else. But here's one brand. So Booyah, you get Booyah stuff and Monster Bass and all other stuff. But it is getting rattle trap time. Just a straight 1/4 ounce black chrome trap. I can go put Baitman Jr. on this thing right here. He's going to catch them. Pack of hooks. I'm pretty picky. I probably won't use these hooks. I'm an owner hooks guy, but hey, hooks are hooks. But the one bait in this mystery tackle box you're not going to get anywhere else. It is exclusive to MTB and Shop Curls. You can now get it on Tackle Warehouse. But I'm really proud of this bait right here, and I was so excited it was in this box. And that is the Triton Mike Buka Baby Bull Shad 375. So I'll be honest, I know a lot about the backstory on this bait that a lot of people don't know. This was in the works with Mystery Tackle Box for, golly, 2.5 years. Because when they actually first met with Mike Bucca was at ICAST several years ago, and I was with Mike when it happened, and he said, Mystery Tackle Box come to me and said they want to make a Bull Shad exclusive for them and in their boxes. And he said, but they don't want to do it out of resin. They want to do a version like this right here that's, it's a molded bait. And I said, Mike, you got to look at it from this way. How many more people are going to get exposed to your product, a Bull Shad swim bait, through a Mystery Tackle Box than they are now? I know you want to do resin bait, but if you can work hand in hand with these guys, and it started to snowball. So now we have the baby Bull Shad. This is 3.75 inches. You do not have to have a giant swim bait rod. Honestly, you can probably use your 7-foot crankbait rod and get away with throwing this guy right here. But it is built to Mike Bucca's specs. He had his hands all in this thing. You are not going to be disappointed with this bait. So you can get them on Shop Carl's for like $10 when you join Carl's. They're normally like $13.99. You can get these on Tackle Warehouse now because this is an MTB bait and they sell their products to Tackle Warehouse. But dude, how good is this little baby Bull Shad? Look, great beginner swim bait right here. You guys that don't live in areas that have big giant forage, this right here is perfect. I mean, I've caught fish on a 6-inch, 8-inch Bull Shad. Mike makes a 4-inch resin bait with this little 3.75. This thing is killer looking. You guys want to fish up in creeks and streams? There you go. So that's one thing I'll say that separates Mystery Tackle Box away from some of the other stuff is this bait right here. It's worth it for me. I mean, that's a $29 box or whatever it is. Dude, that bait makes it worth it. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and debate which boxes are best and which are out there. They all have their pros and cons. If you're a monster bass guy, awesome. Like I said, I think they're doing cool things, but I just want to know, is it really better? Because that's all I see is they're the better box. And honestly, some of their advertisement, all they do is bash Lucky Tackle Box and compare all their stuff. And man, Lucky Tackle Box has really kind of went away in the last year or so, so you're kind of beating a dead horse. And yeah, I'll be honest, someone said one day, well, how come you promote MTB? The Googans promote them too. And I'm like, man, I really don't do a whole lot. I just do an unboxing about once a month and some other stuff. But hey, those guys take care of me. If I need some baits or something, they'll help me out. So, but that baby Bull Shad, that's the deal. And I know the backstory, how that all went down. And it's really cool to see them work with Mike Bucca like that. Let's see here. 6 Cents does make plastics, Michelangelo. That's the thing. They just now started making plastics. They make a Cinco bait. They make a swim bait. They make a Ned Fry. And man, I know what the big worm. There's a new big worm coming out, and dude, it's going to be the deal. I've seen the photos. I've kind of got to mess with designing it. I didn't design it, but I've let the lead designer know this is what you need in the big worm, and I'm really, really excited because it's going to solve a little issue with me on getting my hands on my favorite worm, and they're really hard. So best seem to be on small shad here on Wheeler. Might have to try that small Bull Shad. Yeah, that would be a killer schooling fish deal. And the thing is, that thing is size where you can get away. If somebody can throw a swim bait on a spinning rod too, a 7-foot medium heavy spinning rod would be awesome with that. It is legit, man. I was just texting Ben this morning. He's a cool dude. So Ben Milliken is, and I told him I'd mention this. Ben Milliken is having a fishing tournament on Truman Lake, and let me find out when the date is on that. Ben is going to give you $10,000 if you can beat him fishing. He's guaranteeing $10,000 on Truman Lake. It is November 3rd, 2019. I would really like to go fish this. 2-man team, 5-man bass limit, $100 entry fee, $20,000 payout. So first place, that's pretty nice. They've almost got this thing filled. Everybody's going to get some 6-cent swag bags and stuff like that. But you can sign up on his website, which is millikenfishing.com. And man, it's November 3rd. I would love to fish it. I don't have a boat. I'm actually out of vacation time. But hey, if one of you hammers wants to fish it, send me an email and you can get it off my website, thebaitman.com, or somehow message me on Instagram or something like that. You know, I might see if I could swing it. Dude, I'd love to take a point. I don't have any points to... Actually, I probably would, but... I have one day of scheduled vacation time day left, and I'm trying to worry about it. We don't get flex days where I'm at, so... But... I think it's really cool that Ben's doing that. Again, you can get more information on that at millikenfishing.com. That's a pretty steep payout. You know, hell, our buddy tournaments here don't even pay $5,000. This dude's gonna pay out $10,000 in first place. So, whoo, it is hot in the bait room. So check it out, millikenfishing.com. But Milliken is good dude. I like what he does. He's no BS guy, and I don't. When are you shipping those Asian carp Kentucky Lake sandwich? Yes, I've seen the video of the Asian carp jumping at the dam. I was tagged like 900 times in it. I've been telling people about the Asian carp for 20 years, and that people were tagging me in a video on Facebook like, hey, have you seen this? Can you believe that? And I'm like, dude, I've been telling y'all for years you can walk across them out of the dam. Don't act, I mean, man, it's like people only care about something when it makes it cool and convenient on social media. I'm like, where were you the last 7-8 years when we've all been preaching about this stuff? Why you just now care because someone made a cool video on a drone? So, well, that's kind of the point, man. It's kind of a challenge, but I don't know. I would probably take the field, you know, versus Milliken, and I think Ben's a great fisherman too. He's probably one of the better ones on YouTube, if not. Because he comes actually from a tournament background. And what particular species does the Bull Shad target? A loss, that's a great question. Primarily largemouth, but with that small one, that's going to be a great to target spotted bass and smallmouth. If you can look on Tactical Bass, and they did a video of Mike talking about the retrieve on a Bull Shad. Believe it or not, a Bull Shad is meant to be burned. You can go at a slow speed, but those joints really get to working and making noise when you burn it. It's meant to really imitate a fleeing bait fish. Mike burns his really, really fast, almost waking the surface, and uses a high gear ratio reel. Granted, not everyone's used to fishing like that. It can wear you out. But that small one, you can get away with like a 6-3-1 reel and keep it up in the water column. So burn it, kill it. That's how I like to fish a Bull Shad. But I have caught them slow rolling it quite a bit. Mike makes a floater Bull Shad that's, man, it's deadly up near the surface. That thing is awesome. So. It will be interesting to see, Mason. I would definitely love to fish that thing. Oh boy, the Caviar King just messaged me on Instagram. It's actually a buddy of mine who sells caviar. He's pretty cool. And he's won the Triton Owners Tournament like twice in a row. Let's see. Do lake with blueback herring hurt the shad population? I'm not sure, but even though herring aren't exactly the same species shad, it's still forage. So in a way, I wouldn't say it hurts the shad population, but they're kind of replacing shad. The only difference between blueback herring and maybe threadfin shad is blueback herring travel a lot farther and stuff. They're more, I'm trying to think of the word. They're liable to be at point A and point B different times of the day, whereas shad just, they're kind of nomadic. They stay around in one area, whereas blueback herring, they like to move around really fast. What's up, homie? At work, checking in, taking a break from the sandblast, and going to do all night high. Thanks, man. Bass Bank robbers. I know how y'all do it down there. Y'all always catching them janks. Did I follow the Forest Wood Cup this past weekend? Not really. I know Brian Thrift won. I think he actually caught a lot of fish on the small tackle kick knocker. So they call it a kick knocker putt, which is basically the small size, barely legal vixen. I'm looking for a small underspin that has a screw lock. What do you use? Small underspin with a screw lock, 6 cents, Divine underspin. You can save money on 6 cents. Use that discount Baitman, 10% off. I do like that Divine underspin. And you can get them like a 3/8 ounce, maybe even lighter. That's about the only one I know right offhand with the screw lock. So, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, pelagic. I'm sorry. Do you know if 6 cents will be doing just a soft plastic box or mix them with their boxes already? I think they will. Here's the deal. From what I was told, they got soft plastics in, but they still got to fill Academy, all their independent retailers and stuff like that. And from what they got in, the reason they don't put them in the boxes is if they did the boxes immediately, they couldn't fulfill a lot of their independent retailer outlets and stuff like that. So I totally get it from a business standpoint. But I'm going to talk to Casey, and for the fall 6 cents box, I'm going to see if I can't get some Divine swim baits or a couple soft plastic packs in there to give you guys a sample. I can't guarantee anything, but it's about time for the fall Baitman box, and as you can imagine, it's going to be filled full of top water, some lipless square bill. Maybe we can get some soft plastics in there for you guys. Definitely get some white swim jigs in there. So the Axis lure is probably going to come out spring of next year, probably late spring around the Bassmaster Classic, if I had to guess. They got lots of cool stuff coming out. They just put sun gloves out. They also got some new bait bags, so where you can put your soft plastics in and whatnot. You know, I like the Mafia money bags and stuff like that, but there's nothing wrong with having multiple different things to get organized with. I mean, I got a battle box, a terminal coffin. I mean, I've got a giant Mafia bag. I got a dowel bag. I just try to help myself get organized as much as possible. Have you used a rod with the Fuji micro trigger on the reel seat? Man, if I have, I wouldn't know what a micro trigger is, to be honest with you. I think they did, Mason. I think they did. I'm not for sure. I know 6 Cents also has a Divine rod coming out, which I'm going to have to get my hands on that, because every rod of theirs I've used I really, really like. So I actually, I'll be honest with you, I've been using their 7-1 medium heavy for a jackhammer. I caught them really good on that thing. It loads up really, really well. But I'm going to start trying some newer stuff, especially in the rods and reel department. Have you used the Champion 764? I'm thinking of getting it as a new jig rod. I have used the 764, but me personally, I don't use a jig rod that long. I'm not a tall guy. I'm only like 5'6". About the longest I'll use for a jig is 7'3". I really personally, a 7.2 medium heavy is probably my favorite jig rod, but I've been using my dial with 7.3 heavy for football jigs, and it's pretty nasty. My favorite all-time jig rod is this is a NRX Loomis, though. I think it's God, 845 NRX, whatever the 7 foot or 851 or whatever it is, the 7 foot one or I forgot how they do it. 754 NRX is a really good jig rod too. Or 854, I think that's right. 893 is the 7 foot 5 1. So yeah, 854. I mean, if I had unlimited money, I'll be honest with you guys, I'd have all NRXs. I think they are the top tier rod on this planet, super light, and I can't find another rod that's sensitive. But you are going to pay $600. So right now, if you want to stay in that $150, $200 range, you know, I like a Dobbins Champion, the Daiwa Tatula Elites. Believe it or not, they're really sensitive rods. And man, I like that 6-inch sensory rod. You know, of course, that's up to $249, but it's super lightweight. I have no complaints about that. My brother's looking for a crank rod under $200. Any recommendations? I told him Arc, Lew's, St. Croix. St. Croix makes a really good cranking stick. Lew's makes good cranking rods. Depends on what he's wanting. You know, they make crankbait rods from 7 foot all the way to 8 foot. So I'd have to be really specific on that, man. I've got a Daiwa 7 foot glass cranking rod. I really like it. So. What do you think about companies coming out with everything? Why is that? Well, I don't know what you mean. What do I think of companies coming out with everything? Isn't the goal of a company to try to evolve and come out with new stuff? Kistler's offering 25% off and 30-day full returns if you don't like it. Worth checking out. Yeah, I used to use Kistler rods all the time. I really like them. No complaints here. Super sensitive. So yeah, I like. Here's the deal. I also think sometimes companies that aren't established try to come out with too many things at one time, and then they end up just ripping everybody off, and it doesn't work. Jinko fishing, but. I think that's what I see. I see like 6 Cents really establish themselves in that market of hard baits. They've really got a great following of people. They put out a quality product for so long. When they decided to step out and do some soft plastics and some other things, they didn't skip any corners. Whereas I've seen companies that just hit the market and then they're doing buzz baits, spinner baits. We're doing rods, we're doing reels, and it's all junk, you know. Find one or two things you can be really good at and corner that market instead of trying to corner every market at one time. One, you're going to burn up a lot of capital real quick, and then you're going to have to close it all out because it's going to be really hard to move. And then people don't really understand you. Pick one or two things you can be really good at and focus on them. And once you dominate that market, then slowly dabble in other things. So. Yeah, that's a good thing, Bass and Penn. I'm glad you mentioned Dobbins does have a refurbished store, and basically some of them rods are almost brand new. So, why isn't 6 Cents and Bass Pro Shops volume? I actually, I don't know, but if I had to guess, maybe Casey doesn't want to be in Bass Pro Shops because Bass Pro Shops tends to dictate what you're going to sell your stuff to them for and what they're going to price that. And here's the deal: there's a lot of manufacturers now that they don't want to be forced to cut their margins thin just to say they're in Bass Pro Shop, you know, and I don't blame them one bit. I like the Berkeley hard baits, man. They got some good stuff. I might catch some flack for that. I like the Chapo, man. I know people are going to say it's a Whopper Plopper knockoff, but I like the Chapo quite a bit, to be honest with you. And I've had a few issues with the newer Whopper Ploppers. They sound a little bit different than the old ones. I don't know why. There's something different about the old Whopper Ploppers, but you know, it's bound to happen. The Whopper Plopper was a takeoff, a musky bait known as a top rider, so somebody was definitely going to knock off the Whopper Plopper. So, man, I'll be honest. I probably only caught 2 or 3 dozen fish on a Whopper Plopper. But usually when I get bit on it, it's a good one. So I'll definitely keep throwing that sucker out there. But I know guys that just absolutely slay on them. Yeah, the new Whopper Plopper has a redesigned plot, tail, and tail prop. Yeah, I like them old ones. I don't even know if I have an old one. Actually, I think I do up here, but my boy Brent Anderson can tell you the huge difference in it. All right, guys. Let's see how long we've been up on here. We have got 96 viewers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got about 10 minutes before I had to hop in that shower and get ready for work. So if you got a question, you better ask it now. But I really, if you're just now joining the stream, the reason it says we need your help is I got a buddy, Brandon Perkins, who started a fundraiser for a friend of mine, Nathan Perl, who is diagnosed with cancer. I'm going to drop a link. Actually, I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to put it here on the chat. So if you're watching this video back on YouTube after the stream, you can actually click a thing and it says, it will say view live chat, and you can click that and it will show the live chat feed that's through the video. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to Brandon's page he created for the fundraiser for Nathan Perl. Like I said, I know he's got all kinds of guide trips you can buy raffle tickets on. He's also got baits, tackle, and if you just want to make a donation, that's fine as well. But you know, Nathan, youth minister, my local Benton Church of Christ here, diagnosed with cancer, fishing fan, loves to fish, all that good stuff, and we just want to help him out. Right here, I'm going to put that link. Let's see if I can share. See if it'll let me copy this link. Well, maybe it won't let me link this page. Let me see if I can modify this thing real quick. What is going on? There we go. Got it. I'm going to put this right here down in the chat link, and then I'll put this in the description of the video. What was Mike's question here? Mike, I might have skipped over a question. What's a good jerkbait rod and size? So somebody says 610 X Pride. That's a really, really good jerkbait rod. But that's going to be a pretty good chunk of change. I personally like a 6, 8 to 7 foot rod on a jerkbait. I want at least a moderate action. I want a pretty slow action rod on that thing. If you can find an old Loomis, I believe it's 812. That's a really good jerkbait rod. But you don't have to spend more than, you know, $150 on a jerkbait rod. Matter of fact, what I use a lot of what my top water rod, my old school 20-year-old Zell Rowan jerkbait rod or top water rod, I throw a jerkbait on it quite a bit. It's got really good action. I've also got a 7 foot medium moderate action rod. That's really what you want to look for. And some guys like a 6.6, 6.8. Makes it a lot easier on that shorter rod. I would really, you know, you can get a Dobbins Fury. I think 705 would be a little stiff for jerkbait for me. I like them really soft. So, dude, it's awesome seeing you guys help each other out. That's what we're about here on helping guys find baits, find rods. That's the Baitman channel right there. So, well, guys, I am going to call this an evening. I did actually stream on Tackle Tuesday, like I said. So, you can see the link to the Nathan Perl fundraiser right here on the chat. I'll put a link after the video process and uploads. It'll probably be, I'll have to do it at work tonight on my break or something like that. So do me a favor, help out my buddy Nathan Perl. Let's help him kick cancer's ass. And guys, appreciate you like always. I'm gonna try to stream again Saturday night, so ain't gonna be nothing Thursday night, but I'll be streaming here Thursday night. Leave a comment after the video or in the chat. Leave it after the video because I can't see anything in the chat afterwards. So after the video, loves, come back and comment what you want to see Saturday night, and we'll roll it in here. And I'm probably going to drop a video tomorrow night as well, finish up Pickwick, and then I've got some cool stuff using your Lawrence and Hummingbird graph with Jake Lawrence I'm going to drop on here and all that stuff. So guys, thank you so much for showing up on Tackle Tuesday. I'm sweating. I gotta get in the shower. You guys have a good evening. God bless you all. Thanks again for joining.